Several months ago, I bought a truck from Nebraska, which had minor surface rust, and I hated seeing that every single day. So today I'm going to show you how you can go from this to this, and also from this to this. I know there's a lot of you guys from up north or Midwest that are probably laughing at the surface rust, but for us who live down south, this is not something we see every day, and to us, this looks terrible. So today we're going to be using this Pour 15 combination. Step 1 is to use the degreaser. You are going to be diluting it with warm water. This degreaser is water-based, and you'll see how well this thing works here in a second. My favorite part is that this degreaser is paint safe, and it also doesn't have this funky smell that most degreasers have that are on the market. And when you're done, rinse it off with water. Now step 2 is to use the metal prep. And if I understood correctly, you want to keep the surface wet for about 10 to 20 minutes. So here you'll see me circling around the truck for about 15 to 20 minutes, just making sure the surface stays wet. After that, you want to rinse off the surface thoroughly with water. Ideally, you want to use a pressure washer, but this will get the job done as well. Now check out the surface after using the degreaser and metal prep. We have lost daylight, but I have covered most of the frame. I guess that's coat 1, and I'll finish that tomorrow. And one thing I want to talk about is that last time I did this, I made sure to wear gloves. Well, this time, I didn't have any. Yes, I really should have went out and bought some gloves, but I thought I could be really careful and not get messy. Well, that failed because I got it all over my body. And yeah, just look at this. And one thing that's interesting about Pour 15 is that, as I mentioned, for some reason, that stuff works really good directly on rusted surface. So normally you'd want to clean whatever's rusted before you apply any kind of paint or anything, whatever. But this, where is it? The Pour 15, the rust preventative stuff, specifically works really good on rusted areas. And I was also told that humidity helps cure that to the surface, which completely makes sense because whenever I got Pour 15 on my hand, I wiped it off with a rag, and everything was smooth. It was good, and I wanted to get the rest of it off, so I started washing my hand. And I noticed immediately how sticky everything got. I could feel the Pour 15 just react, and it made everything sticky. So yeah, I guess that is how humidity cures it to the surface. But now I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do to clean this up. I know last time when I had these spots, the best thing to do was just kind of leave it and let it dry. And when it dries, you can actually just kind of peel it off, kind of like Plasti Dip. So maybe that's what we'll do here, or I might just go ahead and start scrubbing my hand for 30 minutes and see if I can get it to look clean. Guys, it's been several weeks later, almost a month. I was able to obviously paint the frame. Looked amazing, but there's only so much I can do on the ground. And luckily, when you have resources and have friends that let you borrow their lift, it makes doing some work a lot easier. Rusty wall that's down here. I mean, look at that, it's pretty gnarly. I mean, to me that's pretty bad because, you know, I'm just used to seeing southern vehicles where we don't get a lot of snow. And while we're doing my truck, we have this trailer over here that's got some serious rust. So figured kill two birds with one stone and show you guys how well the Pour 15 works on a trailer and rusted from what?
Hay bales.
Hay bales. How does that cause rust?
When you don't take them off and then they sit on here for 2 or 3 weeks and then it rains, hay bales like a sponge and all the water will go to the bottom. It just sits in the bottom. You can see perfect 3 spots. The hay bales work.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
All right, so we just sprayed this off. Next, obviously we're gonna do a degreaser and then metal prep.
Do you do the whole thing or do we do just the rusty part?
We're gonna just degrease the whole trailer.
Okay.
Now, degreaser, we can rinse it off. Metal prep, we gotta let it sit for 10 minutes.
Okay. They're flaking off?
Yeah.
I think people are going with that.
Alright, so after the degreaser is metal prep. Now the thing about metal prep is you want to keep the surface wet for about 10 to 15 minutes. And the directions say if you're trying to get rid of the rust, then you want to keep it wet for about 30 minutes. So spray on the surface like this. And you'll see this stuff works really good. Pour 15's degreaser and their metal prep is one of the best that I've seen. So like every minute or two, we're gonna do a couple more sprays. Maybe spray this part just a little bit more. And then we'll kind of, by the time you get to the back, the front is almost ready to respray it.
That's why you and
Real quick, this video is brought to you by JW Motorsports, where we're giving away my 2005 LOI Duramax with 64mm turbo, HSB piping. You guys know the whole deal. If you have been following this channel, you guys already know the LOI build. If you are new to the channel, make sure to go check out the playlist, but it's a pretty nice build. We have the truck scheduled for head gasket job with ARP studs, so it's gonna be a bulletproof LOI Duramax, so why not get entered to win that truck? We have some really cool products that I want to share with you guys. I have this battery pack that also works as a wireless charging station. Yep, so it charges. What I do is I actually kind of leave this plugged in next to my nightstand, and when I go to bed I actually just put my phone right on top of it and it'll just charge while I'm sleeping wirelessly. So it is pretty cool. And there's been plenty of times where I've had a power bank, but I totally did not have a charger with me. So this will actually fix that problem for you. If you're buying anything diesel related on the website, most of the times I will be including the Hot Shot Secrets catalog for you. We have this little mini car that brings back a lot of memories. I had one when I was about 5 or 6. Saw this and I just had to order a batch to share with you guys. Nostalgia is real. Let me know in the comments below if you had one of these when you were younger. And yeah, it's still pretty fun to play with, I'm not gonna lie. And you guys already know we have the wallets, key tags, and the whole 9. All right, I'm gonna pause the music. A new Bluetooth speaker that's also like a nightstand lamp. That's the top of the speaker. And it'll change the brightness. So if you order one of these tumblers on the website, I know I've been playing with the laser engraver, but if you order one of these tumblers on the website and you haven't received your order, I haven't forgotten about you guys. It's just that I kind of overstocked those Ramblers and I ran out. So I'm waiting on a new batch to come in. As soon as they come in, I will ship them out to you guys. and I will be adding extra goodies because I did make you guys wait. And then lastly, I kind of feel like a kid, but we have these high power lasers that are available on the website, can shine for miles and miles. Please do not point this at another moving vehicle or airplanes. Yes, it can actually reach all the way to Myrtle Beach. 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I believe they made it illegal to have one of these because people were doing that. We have limited supply on those products. Make sure you go head over to jwmotorsportsco.com. Get your entries in because I want you guys to buy something that you truly want and at the same time get entered for the LOI giveaway. All right, so we did the first stage of the Pour 15 rust preventative stuff. Now we gotta do the top coat because, well, the rust preventative stuff works really good directly on the rusted surface, but only downside is that it is not UV protected, so this trailer is gonna see a lot of sun.
Yeah.
So
right over there every day.
Exactly, so we gotta protect it, we gotta cover it up. So Pour 15's top coat make it UV resistant or UV protected. We're gonna wait until it dries a little bit more because we can see a little bit of the surface that's a little bit wet still.
Only just where the rust is.
But it's, dude, this stuff loves rust and it loves this weather because apparently it bonds better when it's humid. So
It looks brand new.
yeah, it's humid and it's about 70 degrees right now, so it's perfect. Guys, check out the rear axle after applying the Pour 15's top coat. Now check out the frame. I mean, it looks like a brand new truck. Look at that. About a week later, we actually ran out of my small can of top coat. So we got to about, what, 1/3 of it?
Yeah, probably about the back tire.
Yeah, 1/3 of it, and then ran out, so Devin had to order some more. So this is a finished product with the top coat. It also gave it a lot more of glossy finish, right?
It looks brand new. That's how it looked when I bought it.
Right? Except for like some of the rust marks, obviously.
Oh yeah, except for the rusty marks.
But even then, I mean, it still looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see like how well this holds up.
Yeah, see how long it holds up. It's out in the sun every day, all day.
Yeah, I mean, this legit looks like a brand new trailer on top. Yep, this is the trailer, and then I guess I'll show you guys my truck and how my frame looks. Yep, so here's my frame. I mean, it's still holding up pretty good. Honestly, it looks way better than the way it did before because all you saw was just orange frame because of the surface rust. And the cool thing about this product is that you don't have to get rid of the surface rust. You apply right over it because the rust preventative stuff likes to bond to rust. So it makes the job easier because that kind of cuts down one step, which, you know, sometimes getting rid of the rust is what's the hard part. So you just apply over it and then you go again with the top coat. So this is the finished product. Show you guys the rear axle because the rear axle looks really good. Here's the frame right there. Yeah, the rear axle looks brand new. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd love to have removed the bed and then painted the whole frame properly, but I did this to show you guys that you can do this, well, one, in your driveway, but it's nice to have a lift that you can go under and be able to finish, because I started this in my driveway and I think I got like halfway done and I could have finished at the house, but having a friend who has resources is nice. But yeah, but also doing it on the ground kind of sucks just because this stuff won't come off, and I've gotten it all over my t-shirt, my hair, my arm, and it took weeks for it to come off. So when it's on the lift, you don't get dirty as much, so it definitely helps. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this truck, how it turned out. So far, I'm really happy with it. One of the least favorite parts of this truck was the fact that it was from Midwest and it was all rusted out. But now, it actually looks better than most of Southern vehicles because the frame is gloss black and not GM frame grease that's kind of dullish and doesn't look as good as gloss black.